Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh, we're on. Now I'm all verklempt. Oh God. It's been so long since I did this. Can't remember how to do it. Okay, okay. Let's just pretend that whenever the live kicks in and it's the replay that it's gonna like knock off the first 30 seconds or something. I don't know. We'll just do a retake. Hi, and welcome to this season of The Quilting Shed, here from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Woohoo! We're coming to you live. I really want some candy now, but I can't because now I have to talk. Okay, so when last we met you, back in May, let's do a little last season's recap. And I might have been watching too much Netflix. Last time on The Quilting Shed, dun, 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 there was a fire. There was a fire. This is not my, but this is the back of the unit, and this spot over here, up here, that would be my shop. This was the thrift shop next door to my shop. It burnt. It burnt. If you're just tuning in, and you've been AWOL for a little bit. So yeah, the thrift shop next to my store burnt. And all the units are kind of connected because they used to be one building. So smoke went through everything, including my store, which is full of fabric. And to state the obvious, smoke is not good for fabric. Toxic smoke, even worse. Also, it goes through plastic and wood. So it was a hot mess. I swore a lot. Everything in the shop went in a dumpster. But then we got a new location. Insurance paid out. We're just around the corner from the old shop, 2 doors down. And we have the new shop. It's open. The awesome, fantastic part of the news, now that you've had some emotional whiplash, is we have all new fabric. This is fantastic. I mean, it's win-win in the end. So we're in a brand spanking new building. They were literally still building it, like when I came in to look at the place and say, yes, Mr. Landlord person who owns the building, I really would like to sign a lease with you. How expensive is it going to be and how much is it going to hurt? It wasn't really all that bad considering. And it's double the space. And it was so new. I got to talk to Trevor, the foreman, and say, yes, Trevor, I would really like some plugs here, please. Yes, my classroom's going in here. Trevor, what? You're advising that we put them all on the separate circuit? You are a brilliant man. Put a wall back there? That's fine. Just one wall. Nope, we want it nice and open. Paint colors? What? We can choose paint colors too. What did you do to the guy next door? Because he gave me the lead. Okay, do the same thing. It's cheaper. You can slap it on a lot faster. And that's how we wound up here. So we have been reopened. Reopened? Yeah, we have been open again. My English is not so good this morning. We have been open again since August the 12th. What is it? August the 28th. So it's been like 2.5, 3 weeks ish. And we couldn't have done it without you and your support, virtually or physically, or like with your words that you're typing or your vibes that you're sending through the universe, because this is where, as my friends are wont to say, we are meant to be. And shout out to my friend Emily, who made me a new mini from a mini wall. The mini wall has been recreated with this fantabulous phoenix. If you're not familiar with the phoenix, it's a firebird. It rises from the ashes. Is that a little on the nose? I don't think so. I think it's perfect. Anyway, I'm a little wound up today because I had a late night meeting. And by late night, I mean I was out of there before 8:30 and then I had to go home. I had to drive all the way over to the north side, y'all, and then come back. Why didn't you tell me there was all that construction? That's insane. Like, it's like the city goes, hey, we got to work on this road. And the citizens go, yay, finally. And then they're like, okay, but we're also going to detour you around another place. But you know what? We're going to work on that road too. Good luck with that. So yeah, this is a mini wall. I did, all the inventory was lost pretty much. Anything I saved was things that I wanted to keep personally and things that were of like my own personal stuff, because yes, half of my sewing stuff was at my shop. We are never going to speak of this again. I mean, we probably will, but we're not going to dwell on it because this is where we're supposed to be. And I signed a long lease, so we ain't moving. It's just how it's going to be. Okay. Mm. The good news is, which you will also hear more about, is we now have a dedicated classroom area. The mini wall is actually part of the classroom area because it's a great backdrop. Hello. And it's a nice big space. We can put like 6 people in the classroom area easily and still run the shop, which is that way. And there's just like, we put a couch in here. I'm pointing to things you can't see, but when you come in here, you will see them. Or if you have been in here, you will know exactly what I'm pointing at because you and me, brain twins. Yes. Okay. And also, I have to say, while I was scrolling through Facebook this morning, laying in bed, deciding when exactly I should kind of leave the warmth and comfort of my bed and try to get upright, which is very, very difficult. I was scrolling through videos and watching funny videos. So if I do like a weird voice or something, or somehow slip into a Southern accent, that's why, because I've been watching too many Facebook videos. So also a special shout out to any of my former coworkers who were watching, who are from the South. I'm sorry, I'm just a butchering your accent because, as they say, I don't have the sense that God gave a goose, and Jesus is watching always. Love you and miss you. Bless your hearts. Anyway, enough of that. You missed me. I know you did. I know you did. I put my reading glasses on. I got new glasses. They're for reading because I'm old. I don't look old, but we'll just roll with it. Just humor me just for 1 minute. And I've got a new setup here and everything. So I'm all over the place. Oh my goodness. I'm all over the place. So you want to see new fabric. So we have had to restock everything, like everything. We haven't actually restocked everything because it takes a lot. Oh my God, it's a lot. I'll give it to I probably shouldn't say this, but I'll give it to you straight. I am not a detail person. I'm the big picture person. I have the big grandiose ideas, and then I have like minions who help me fill out the little details, or I just get like anxiety and curl into a ball and go, I can't do this. So anyway, I had a point in there somewhere. So yeah, we're still restocking. Also, your credit card only holds so much money when you're restocking these things. It's been a process. I've had enough personal growth for 1 year. I'm just saying, I would like to coast and just sort of not have any personal development. I think the universe could sort of focus on somebody else's storyline. Somebody said to me, girl, you should write a book about this. And I said, honey, I am on like volume 3 of like, who knows how many a box set, like literally volume 3, volume 5. It depends on if we're going to go by decades or not. Who knows? Issues. I have subscriptions. Mm. If we didn't have humor to cope with all of this, we would have nothing at all. Anyway, I am here, as my shirt says, to inspire, create, and repeat. Will it be the same when we repeat it? I don't know. Oh, I left myself a note. Okay. I did not do my sticky note. I have a cart here with all my stuff on it that we prepared yesterday in a frantic frenzy after the shop closed last night because it was nice and busy, which I am extremely and incredibly thankful for. If you try to say extremely and incredibly at the same time, your lips will do really weird things. My mom is telling me to get off the stage. We're here to see the fabric. If she was here in person, she'd have one of them canes. I know she would. I'm going to start calling you George Bush, Mom, because it's like you're saying, shut up and sing. Okay, so I did make something here in my new shop with some new fabric because some of the samples that I was working on, we'll speak of them no more. They were ugly. Oh, well. Let's face it, I was probably never going to finish them. But now I get to make new samples. Some of them I have finished, the ones I thought worthy of rescuing. But now I get to make new samples like this. Ta-da! It is a very small table runner. According to the pattern, it's a small table runner. But we have the pattern for this. It also makes a blanket. I did not stick it in my pile, but you'll have to take my word for it. But what I wanted to show you was this lovely fabric. It is golfing fabric if you have a golfer in your life. And I believe golfing season is still out. Do they call it golfing season? Is there a trophy? I have no idea. I don't do sports, but I have golf fabric. And if you know people who golf and you need to make them things, this could be one of those things. Who knows? We'll just throw that somewhere. Okay. The other thing when you come into the shop, I have hung up a whole bunch of new quilts. I did rescue a bunch of other quilts and I hung up some new quilts from my friend Emily. Yeah. Whoops. This Emily. That's not her pattern. But I am selling some patterns of Emily Tong. She is also known as Mauve Bandit. If you open up a brand new window wherever you're watching and you type in Mauve Bandit Etsy, you will see her Etsy shop. She is cute as a button. And her daughter comes in here too. And I'm sorry, it's a quilt shop rule. Now you come in here regular with one of your kids, they are automatically my grandkid. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. And she would like you to know that the markers are actually her markers. So I will hang up your kids' pictures too. So, but Emily, her mom, made this lovely pattern, Tea and Toast. We have this quilt, this one right here. We have this in the shop. It is fantastic. And this is a fantastic scrappy project. And I have the pattern right here. And you can see the quilt. And I have more of Emily's patterns. You can see them too. And the samples, because Emily's fantastic and her patterns are fantastic. And we're all just going to sit around and say how fantastic each other are because we're BFFs. Thank you. My mother, the assistant, is in the comments with a link to Emily's shop. Thank you, Mother. Or you can just come into my shop and also buy the patterns because Emily's been paid for them already. It's great. I have to support her quilting habit somehow so she can come by and buy fabric. It's a win-win, symbiotic relationship that way. So what else did we get? Like I said, I have a new process and it's driving me crazy. So it's going to take me a minute to get used to it. And I have a timer going and it's making me a little nervous. Because I'm here by myself. I gave my assistant the day off because they worked really hard yesterday. So I have to keep track of my own time. If you notice, this lovely thing in the background is a panel. This is not a mini quilt. This is a gorgeous panel right there. It's from the Blank Quilting Corporation. It's called Night Garden. It's so good. It has those witchy vibes that you love. Now the panel is 14 and the yardage is 18 a meter. There's owls. Look at those owls. I don't have the pictures on the website yet. I will, but they are in the system. So go us. Also to go with Night Garden, see how behind we are. Like these literally came Monday, I think it was. And I mean, we're almost prepared today. So I'm calling it a win. Hedgehogs in purple flowers. Like this is the cutest thing ever. And I had to buy this so fast. Yeah, it was crazy. The other thing to go with the Night Garden light is this very lush floral. And of course, since it's a digital print, it's fantastic. It's upside down. There we go. Oh. Honestly, don't be put off by the thought it might be directional because once you cut it up and put it in something, nobody's going to care because it's gorgeous. Yes. If you like purple, I mean, yeah, it's not purple, but it's got colors in there you love. Thank you. And my mom is once again on the ball. She's had more tea than me this morning. Again, it takes a community to run a quilt shop. Did you know that? I know that. I know that now. They're not lying. So this one here is, hummingbirds. There we go. Sorry to make you space out. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. It's lush and gorgeous and $18 a meter, which is actually pretty good. So that was Night Garden. Now, this panel right here, I thought it was a unicorn and it's not. It's just a magical horse, which is fine. That's a little plant on his head. I thought it was that right there. That's a little plant. That right there is his ear. But this is like a really boho type, magical type horse. Cute fabrics that go with it. What did they call this? Gypsy Violet. I'm in my purple phase, I think. So it has this lovely feather print here. Perfect for little girls of all ages, boho gypsies, whatever. Or, maybe you have dreams of going to Coachella one day. This will make you feel kind of like you're there, but clean. It's a niche joke. It's okay. Maybe you didn't want a whole panel. Maybe you just wanted a little bit. Oh, geez, I can't do nothing. It could be a unicorn through the magic of applique, and that's why I love Jenna, because Jenna has the best ideas in the comments. Yes, look at that. See? Jenna is also mother to another shop grandchild who tested out our couch quite thoroughly, and it's very comfortable. He would like you to know that. At least that's what I'm assuming he said when he was mumbling and yelling and jumping up and down on it. He looked like he was having fun, and I wanted to join him. So here we go. And this magical sky print is freaking awesome. Look at those bubbles or nebulas. It's like if Michael Bay were in the 80s and did like a Gem and the Holograms episode. Yeah, seriously. Great. The other thing we got, where is it? Since we are on to awesome fabric and panels, I didn't have room to hang this up. I hate to mention the C word, but Christmas is coming. Yeah. So this is a lovely panel with a church. Look at it. Now, I love me some blue and white Christmas. And this will head you all the way through like January and February because, hello, Canada in the wintertime. We aren't seeing nothing but white and blue until, March, April, something like that. Ron already has ideas for this panel. And it's also glittery. So yes, it's got glitter on it. Can you see that glitter? Ooh. Anyway, so it has matching yardage. I believe this is also 14. And I believe the matching yardage is also 18 because I like consistency. It's important for neurodiverse people and their brains. Also helps shop owners manage their shops a lot better. So some yardage that goes with that, which is like very light blue snowflakes, medium blue snowflakes, dark blue snowflakes. You know the drill. You've seen it. It's Northcott. But the other thing I got with it is this lovely ombre, which goes from the light to the dark and the same price. I know. I don't know if we got, and the occasional tree. I don't know if we got this on the website yet. I delegated that because I'm working smarter. So I just didn't go check to see if it was done yet. Or I might have checked and then forgot. Anyway, my mom's in the comments and she'll probably check and she'll let us know if it's on the website yet or not. Because she's just that helpful. That's a hint. Mom, that's a hint. So that's the fabric. That is the fabric. Also, speaking of helpful people, remember I've mentioned Susan. Susan comes in on Saturdays and helps us. So while I was out on my enforced vacation, Susan dragged my ass out of my house, took me over to my friend Diane's house where we would have sew days on Saturdays. And sew days. Jerry says that fabric would make a beautiful dress for her little granddaughter. Oh my God, yes. Yes. Those fabrics would make beautiful dresses. Any of those fabrics. Anyway, so Susan and Diane would haul me over to Diane's house and we would have sew days. Sometimes we actually did get some sewing done. I know. One of the things Susan did, because I had a fabric rep swing by in the before times, and she gave me this sample of mini charm packs that I had to pre-order, and she said, here, you have one of these so you have time to make a sample before the fabric comes in. Well, I said, here you go, Susan. See, delegating. And Susan made this gorgeous pillow. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I believe I put this link in the newsletter a couple of weeks ago. But if you need it again, we will dig it out. And at some point, I want to have like a little card on here with a link to the free pattern. There's this. This is a free pattern. Susan is frugal. Be like Susan. This is the back. Isn't that great? I do not have this fabric. We got this from Diane's stash, I think. So it's just got like the envelope back. So it's just a cute little pillow. It's on one of the extra chairs that I had to get new for the shop. And it's made out of the fairy dust charm packs. Mini charms. Oh, I know they're so cute. These, because they came. Yay! They came like yesterday, even. Yesterday, day before. So these are the Tula Pink mini charm packs. I believe they are $10, but they've got all the like fairy dust print in them with all the colors. And I love this print. I love that print so much. We also have the charm packs. They're 20. And the jelly rolls of the Tula Pink fairy dust. I don't have any fairy dust yardage yet. It is on my list. I have to order it. One of these days, I should probably maybe tell you all the fun stuff about how we prioritized reordering things and all the convoluted behind the scenes stuff. Some of you actually enjoy the behind the scenes, which is good because I like talking about it. We also have the fat quarter bundles. I don't know how much the whole bundle is, but I did crack open a few of the fat quarter bundles and chuck them in the $5 bin. We rescued the bins. They're empty and we had to refill them, but we have the bins. It's a lot of work. We had spreadsheets. I even took like a big sheet of paper. I stuck it up on the wall. I broke it down May, June, July, August, put in everything we were doing in those months, and then like ignored it for a few weeks. So that's some of the new fabric. We have a lot of other new fabrics in. We have a pile of new fabric that I'm looking at a work table right here that's not quite in the system yet, but most of it's pre-cuts and the rest of it's solid. So, good news though, when I was restocking, I had gotten in the old shop, I had some Konas and I had some of the Northcott Colorworks solids. So I had a mixture of both because I was just getting a little bit at a time because the Northcott solids, there's 160 or 165 colors. This time I was like, give me all of them, the whole collection. And Northcott kindly lets you, if a shop owner gets the whole collection, you can order half bolts. So it's everything, but it's half what they normally put on the bolts. And as my friend Danielle, the other shop owner we know, said, oh, they're going to hate you in the warehouse. But they did it and they shipped it. And it came on a big pallet and it was like 22 boxes of my Northcott order. That was fun. We had a very quiet day, just being snowy, unloading it with my helpful new cart, Steve, which holds up to 400 pounds or 2 boxes. Well, I could probably put 4 of those fabric boxes on them. But anyway, I only put 2 at a time because we were tired, y'all. We were just tired. So Angela said we have some new and great blenders. We do, because I kind of went whole hog on the blenders because everybody wants blenders to match what they already have. That's the easiest thing for me to get. And I like blenders. I just like them in a quilt all the time. All blenders, all the time. All of it. So yeah, we have, if you look on the website, you will even see them there. I mean, we've got the canvas back. Back in the spring, I had brought in a bunch of chroma pre-cuts and they were going over so well that I said we should get the bolts in. So this time I did. I got all the chroma colors. I've got some Figo elements back in stock. Not quite the same ones we had because they're running them out. I got a ton of low volume backgrounds as well, and like Dovetail from Figo, really loving that. I actually had another fat quarter bundle come in recently with a bunch more low volume prints in the fat quarter bins. Because when you do the low volume background, you want like a lot of prints that are all sort of the same low volume. So it looks scrappy, but from a distance, it's just melds into one. So I kind of went a little overboard, but I'm happy with it. You're going to be happy with it. We got the space for it now. But anyway, some new fantastic notions. This one's for you, Mom. Oh, not those. That's not for you, Mom. Bonnie Hunter's Bonus Buddy Ruler. I have not tried this yet, but I do this anyway. I just don't have a fancy ruler to do it, and I can't tell you how to do it because I haven't had time to do more than glance at the instructions. So whenever you have to snowballing a corner, you have a block or a square or something, and you put a smaller square, and they say sew from corner to corner, and then cut a 1/4 inch away, and throw away those triangles and flip the remaining triangle over. You know the process. This ruler helps you do that accurately, but it also shows you how to get another line there. I do this manually, not with a fancy ruler, and sometimes I wish I had an easier process. This is probably easier, so that you can stitch another line, and then when you're done, that piece that you were going to throw away, now you have a half square triangle block as a bonus. So you've got extras. Jenna also wanted to mention the poppy cotton Halloween fat quarters. They're in the fat quarter bins. Ah, they're so cute. They're like vintage Halloween. They're little tiny prints. They're very cute if you don't want to be like in your face Halloween. Also in my bin next to me, because I was talking about Emily earlier and her patterns, we have the weekend picnic. If you remember the shop back in the spring, I actually did a sample one of these blocks. This is like 4 big blocks, and I just did one of them out of some Kaffe Facet Jelly Roll strips. I didn't finish that sample, but I did rescue it, so I still have it. I just need to quilt it now that it's clean and not smelling gross. The other thing I got from Emily and the Mauve Bandit patterns was the Waste Not, Want Not zipper pouch pattern. Woohoo! There's also a tote bag pattern, and we have a tote bag you can look at. And look, selvages. So you're going to ask me about classes. I know you are, because every other person in the shop is saying you've got this great classroom space. When are you having classes, honey? Sorry, channeling somebody else. Yeah, Emily and I are trying to sort out her schedule and mine and get some salvage classes in here, because we've got way too many ideas and we need to share them with you. So some of my ideas, especially with this classroom space, is to have other people teach the classes, preferably during shop hours, because I can't run a shop and teach classes at the same time. And guess what? We have so many people here in our quilting community who know at least as much as I do, and some of them a hell of a lot more than I do, and they're way better at some stuff. So I would say to you anyway, like, you should get so-and-so to teach you how to do this, because they are a master. But now I can say, hey, not only can you learn how to do this technique from that person, they're going to teach that class here. But I have to get my act together and actually finish those emails and put everybody in the schedule, which I kind of wanted to do all at once, but I'm going to have to tell you about it one at a time. And I just realized I forgot something, because I do actually have a class on the schedule that's not published, but it's finalized enough. And I don't have the sample in front of me to show you. Ugh. And I'm running out of time. I'm trying to pay attention to time, because I have somebody who's going to come in the shop right when it opens, and we're going to do stuff. But the other Bonnie Hunter thing is the Essential Triangle tool. She talks about this all the time. Again, I haven't tested it. What is it? 25 bucks. I know what my mom's getting for Christmas. Oops. It's okay. She has ADHD too. She'll forget. Wow. Oh, it has a little free bonus buddy ruler in it. Sweet. So yeah, it's good for stitch and flip triangles and half square triangles and all the fun things that Bonnie Hunter does with her scraps to make your life easier. Back in stock, and I just realized I've ordered this from at least 2 places. So eventually, now that everything's still coming back in again, beeswax with holder for the hand quilters. We're gonna have lots of this, which is good, because we usually sell quite a bit of it. Some new and nifty things. So the fun part of doing stuff, you had to look on the bright side, because then you get to like restock everything. You don't have to worry about stuff that wasn't selling. I did a lot of sales reports where like, what were our best sellers? Let's order more of those, because that makes sense, right? I know, we're smart. But then you start looking for new things that you didn't see before from your suppliers, things that you didn't get around to, things that were released over the summer. The ultimate stiletto. In case you're walking along and, you know, we can't carry hat pins anymore, but you could have a stiletto in your purse in case somebody tries to assault you. I mean, you need a pointy stick that's kind of sharp. It's a stiletto. I was actually looking for one of these. I had to do some stuff in my sewing room, and I mean, I lost a bunch of my stuff anyway, or some of it was here, there, everywhere. I couldn't find anything for a long time. Did a lot of swearing, like I said. I actually don't own a stiletto. I was gobsmacked. I know. Also, finally back in stock, you know what this is? or a fill thread. I finally have some. I just have the neutrals, but we have some. Let me tell you how ticked I was that I had to go to another store over the summer while my shop was closed and buy white thread because I didn't have any that didn't stink. Positive, positive. We're going to think positive thoughts. We're going to be inspiring. Okay. Thread wrap and ruler stick. So yeah, this is some plasticky. It's not actually sticky, but it will stick to itself. So you can wrap it around things. I've seen people wrap it around thread spools to hold the thread from going, from unraveling. You can put this on the back of your cutting rulers too, and it'll keep them from wobbling some. So that's good. There's lots of uses. Sometimes you've seen it out of the brand names that I can't remember right now, but I know it's good. Fork pins. Why are these? These are very pricey. I did get in some fork pins. I was at my supplier and like, people keep asking me for pins. Here's all the ones we had in stock, and here's some more they asked for. Add to cart. We have lots of pins. Heart pearlized pins. Like, come on, look at these. They've got hearts on them. They're shiny. They're cute. This is the kind of thing, it's not very expensive, but you probably wouldn't buy them for yourselves. You'd be like, oh, they're too cute for me to spoil myself with for like a whole $10. But if you're buying something small for one of your quilty friends, it's the perfect gift, or a stocking stuffer, or a birthday present. Quilters Flip tape measure, these purple ones, extremely popular. They're back. Oh yeah, another spool of Orfil, 2600 Dove. Yep, it's here. Probably all going to be gone by next week. Rotary blades. Did my initial order, got like a little bit of everything. Kind of spaced out on rotary blades, other than like one kind of one single blade in a package. Like, how soon did I sell out of those? Like a week. They were all gone. We got lots of blades in stock. I was not able to restock the 10-pack that I got. I don't know what happened there, but that supplier doesn't have them anymore. It's weird out there, y'all. Doing it again. Next time, I'm just going to listen to some more British videos, because that accent I can do a lot better. It's more natural. I'm used to it. The Gypsy Quilter Bobbini's bobbin holder. So these are pretty handy. And I've explained it to little kids so that they understand it. But it's this little peg thingy that goes in the top of your spool, and you take the bobbin with the matching thread, his little buddy, and this keeps them together so they're holding hands so they don't get lost. So that you don't look at a stray bobbin and go, what thread was that? It's black, but I have 6 other bobbins with black thread on. They all feel different. So which spool does this go to? This fixes that. Oh, look, more pins. Yeah, we were just frantically running around the shop. What's new? Boom, 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 throwing it in the bin. Ultra fine glass head pins. People actually ask for these. I had some in the old shop and they would sit there, but people have been asking. In the new shop, it's bright. I don't know if you've noticed how bright it is in here. It's even overcast. It's nice and warm. It's nice and inviting. It smells clean. It's wheelchair accessible. Yes, there are fire exits here and here at both exits, which are clean and clear of debris, and you don't have to go up and down any steps to get to them. So in case of an emergency, exits are clearly marked here and here. I know, I feel so safe in this building, and it's very happy to be here. And yeah, so ultra fine glass head pins too. I know, you can clearly see them on the shelf. As I say to my friends, it's weird. You place merchandise on display that's clearly marked and in a neat and tidy manner where customers can see it, and you display some projects nicely, and then people buy it. It's so wild. Crazy. Directional flathead pins. These are stars with numbers. Ooh, and arrows. This has little arrows on them too. See that with the arrows? So you can put a pin in, and then the arrow will tell you which way to sew, and you don't have to depend on which way did I put the pin. Sometimes when I pin things with a plain pin, I'm like, I'm going to pin it this way, so I know to sew this way. But these make more sense because they have labels in case you're like really, here's my timer, in case you're like really, really tired. For some reason, I have to double check this price. Directional flathead pins, but there's a lot of them in here. 115. That's a lot of pins. Again, with the heart flathead pins because I like hearts and they're pretty and they have pink. How could I not order these? Now, come on. While I was out, I was explaining to people that, yeah, sometimes my job is to be ridiculous on the internet, which is kind of like previous job that I had. I've been doing this for decades, being ridiculous on the internet. You're welcome. A few people have said, you're really good at those videos and that newsletter. I'm like, thank you. I used to be a mummy blogger back in the late 90s before anybody knew what blogging was. We just called it online journaling. I had to hand code pages with HTML and upload them using FTP. It's okay if you don't know what those terms means. Nobody these days knows what it means either because we don't have to do that anymore. You just can type in a box and press a button. It's done. And I want to say, and that's how I met your father. Met him long before that. Wow, those meds really kicked in, didn't they? So the add a quarter rulers are back. I love these so much. I love these so much. I went into my crappy, stinky old store, grabbed the ones that I was using, took them home, washed them in Dawn dish detergent, washed them again because they still were kind of stinky, just so I could rescue them for me. That's how much I love these rulers. And I thought they were rulers I would never use, but I do. This is great. You should keep reading the comments because I haven't been looking at the comments and they've got absolutely fantastic tips in them because I know smart people. I do. Love you. I'm just catching up. If you're on Facebook and can't see YouTube comments or on your YouTube, you can't see Facebook comments, just know it's a gas wherever. So also, I got in this magnetic pin cushion in the shape of a heart. This is what you put your heart-shaped pins in. Duh. No, seriously, and it's like $14. That's cute. Come on now. Do it for your mental health. I mean, look at this. Wouldn't that make you happy in your sewing room? Just go to get a pin, a heart-shaped pin in your little heart-shaped box. You can play Nirvana in the background while you're sewing. As you do. Some of you don't, but some of you do. You know what I'm talking about. Also, speaking of 90s kids, the magnetic wrist snap, in jokes for a small niche of my customers and a couple of my kids who might watch this later. The magnetic snap bracelet, magnetic pin cushion snap bracelet. So this part holds your pins. This part is that snap bracelet. Put it on your wrist and it snaps around. The 90s, so fun. And it's hot pink, my favorite color. So yeah, that's all what's new with me. We're back. This is the start of our regular Wednesday live, 9 a.m. You don't actually have to be here, but it sure is appreciated because I have a little counter that I'm looking at right now and it tells me the numbers of peepers. It's got a little eye. You can watch me be live on the internet because I don't do this unscripted and of course it's unedited. So what is she going to say next? We don't know. I don't even know. It comes out of my mouth and then I'm like, oh crap, I probably should not have said that. My husband's going to watch this later and he's just going to be shaking his head. So yeah, that's new with me. You tell me what's new with you. If you're in the shop, if you haven't stopped by yet, because you're like, she's probably really busy and overwhelmed. Yeah, but that's normal. Feel free to give me a hug. People are kind of sidling up to me. I'm like, you want a hug, don't you? Yeah, they do. It's fine. We're all fine. The trauma, we're not even going to speak of it. No, we're looking upward, forward. This is where we are meant to be. I have my good friends who are all like, we are manifesting good things for you. I'm like, thank you. Because it's working. Whatever, right? Whatever helps. This is where we're meant to be. We signed a long lease. We're going to be here for years. We got plans. I can sleep later. Yeah, I got plans. I'm using my help. I'm using my resources. That's the lesson I learned. I think we can just coast on through the rest of the year and just do some good business, have some good quilting, have some fun with our quilty friends. The other thing, while you were waiting for me to get my act together and classes and things. You don't have to have a class to come hang out with me and learn some things because our sewing area, you could do a sew day. Tracy was here yesterday and did a sew day, and all she was trying to get done was get some fabric cut for a project, and she got almost all the fabric cut. I know. She learned a few things too. She's fantastic. She had a ball. We had a ball. It was a great day. There's snacks. What more can I say? And it's cheap. So yeah, you could hang out in a sew day with you. The table's clean. We're getting more tables. I have to go email people and say, "Where's the rest of my tables?" It's just one of those things I do now. Anyway, missed you. Missed your pace. If I saw you recently, thanks. I know you'll be back. Yeah, we'll just continue on the conversation that we had the last time. It's all good. We'll sit on the idea yesterday is that I should do like a quilting on the couch podcast because it's therapy in here and some of you have really missed that therapy, but now we have a comfy place to sit. So we could sit on the couch and record ourselves and do like a podcast, but deep dive into quilting type life podcast because somebody also said I was a really good writer and I do have some long form essays in my head, but we could talk about those things too. Quilting, healing. I know it's funny, but sometimes that quilting thing and the healing thing in the community, you guys really lifted me up, and we're gonna like cry a little right now because don't know what I'd do without you because just that's what got me through it. It sucked. It really, really sucked. It could have been a hell of a lot worse. Nobody died, but it sucked. But knowing that everybody was behind me, that's what got me through. Knowing that people would like come to my house and drag me out and say, "Look, you got to get out, girl. You kind of smell a little and you need to go make something." My husband thanks you because yeah. He's like, "Can you go find some friends and go sew with them and stop talking to me?" He's an introvert. It's okay. We love him. I love him. He loves me. It's fine. So yeah, I want to say thank you. This is the start again of all the good things, and it's just going forward from here. So I'm going to stop talking because now I am actually going to run late. And I'm going to see you next week if I don't see you sooner. Okay? Bye. Love ya. Bye. I'm going to click that button now.